Manananggal's shadow. Joel was a farmer from Capiz, the kind of man who laughed at ghost stories told during drinking nights. He always said, "Wala namang ganyan. Tao lang ang dapat katakutan. Those things don't exist. It's people you should fear." But one summer night, when the heat clung to his skin and the silence pressed heavy, he learned that not all stories were just stories. It began with the wings. Every night, just past midnight, Joel would hear them, flap, 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 circling above his nipa hut. At first he thought it was just bats. But these wings were heavier, slower, more deliberate. He would step outside with a lamp, but the sound would vanish the moment he looked up. One night he heard scratching on his roof. It sounded like nails dragging across bamboo. Then came the smell, wrought mixed with iron, like blood left too long in the sun. Joel muttered a quick prayer, clutching the bolo his father had given him, and forced himself back to bed. But he couldn't sleep. Not with that sound, not with the way his dog whimpered and hid under the stairs. The following morning, his neighbor, Aling Rosa, told him, "Huwag kang lumabas kapag naririnig mo yan. Baka manananggal. Malapit ng manganak ang pinsan mo, di ba? Sila ang madalas puntirya." Joel scoffed, but deep down something unsettled him. That night he stayed awake, bolo across his lap, lamp burning low. At exactly midnight, the wings returned. Flap, 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 circling, circling, closer each time. The smell returned too, stronger now. His dog whined, scratching the door as if begging to be let out. Then, thud. Something landed on the roof. Joel's breath caught. Slowly he stepped outside, bolo raised. The night was unnaturally still. Cicadas had gone silent. Even the wind had died. He looked up, and that's when he saw her. A woman. No, half of a woman, perched on the roof, her intestines dangling like ropes, her hair wild and whipping in the wind. Her eyes burned red as they locked onto his. Her lips peeled back in a grin, revealing teeth far too sharp for a human. Joel staggered back, nearly dropping his bolo. But then something made his blood freeze. There was no shadow. The moonlight shone bright and clear, yet beneath her body the roof was bare, no outline, no trace. Joel's hand shook as he tightened his grip on the bolo. He whispered the prayers his grandmother taught him, never taking his eyes off the creature. But before he could act, something else caught his attention, movement on the ground. Another shadow. Not his, not the hut's, but something crawling toward him. It stretched long and twisted, like a person dragging themselves forward on broken limbs. Joel backed away, his chest pounding. The shadow crept closer, reaching for his feet. The Manananggal above cackled, the sound piercing through the silence like nails against glass. Joel swung his bolo wildly, striking the ground. The shadow shrieked, though no mouth was visible. Above, the Manananggal spread her wings, preparing to swoop down. Desperate, Joel remembered what his grandmother once told him. Salt, ashes, sunlight. Yan ang takot nila. He bolted back inside, grabbing a sack of salt from the corner. As the Manananggal dove, Joel hurled the salt into the air. The grains scattered like shards of glass, burning her flesh on contact. She screeched, twisting in agony, wings thrashing. The shadow writhed on the ground, retreating into the darkness. And then, silence. Joel collapsed to his knees, trembling, salt clinging to his sweat. The wings faded into the distance, swallowed by the night. At dawn, the village awoke to news that a woman from the next barrio had been found dead, her body torn open, her heart missing. Locals whispered it was the work of the Manananggal. Joel never laughed at ghost stories again, and on nights when the wind is still and the moon shines too brightly, he swears he can still hear it. Flap, 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 circling, waiting, hungering.